It's expected the 2020 Ford Bronco to come standard with an Ecoboost 2.3 liter turbo from the Ranger. So it makes about 270 horsepower and 310 pounds of torque. So it's a V6. More than likely they'll bring out a 2.7, 3.5 liter later on, maybe September, October time frame when the secondary model production ramps up. Given the current situation, maybe not, maybe push back a little bit. But there is more than likely in 2022 a racing version SVT/Raptor. So I'm going to give it 2 points for that. The transmission, more than likely, is going to be two options. The first one being the 10-speed automatic transmission that you see in the F-150s and so forth. Super amazing transmission, very versatile. I like it. And then the rumored 7-speed manual transmission with the ultra low gear. Good for slow crawling, rock crawling. For that, I'm going to give it 2 points. The interior is probably the thing I'm most excited about. It's going to have this huge infotainment system, more than likely 12.5 inches or better, 12.4 inches or better. Apple CarPlay, Android, of course. But with them releasing the Sync 4 with it, like they're going to do the Mustang Mach-E, I think that's going to really sell people on the interior. The most interesting thing I found about the Bronco is the removable roof. It's patented, and the way that it's done is a little unique. It comes off of panels and stuff that you can stack up and makes it easier to store, which, you know, the traditional 3-piece Jeep roof does take up a little bit of room, but one person can't do it if they really work hard at it. With this, they're guaranteeing that one person can take the roof off with ease. So for that, I'm going to have to give the Bronco 2 points, 1 point. I'm going to give them 1 point for complication because it's going to be a learning curve. I think the starting price is going to be around 35 to 45K. It's going to be a bit higher on that because it's a relaunch after 20 years of being off the market. They put a lot of research into it. They put a lot of time and energy into marketing it. As you can see from the clip in the BroncoNation.com site here that I put in the video, they're really thinking about how to get the enthusiasts, the people that have had these for years and years have been wanting it. So being aimed at that, they're going to also take aim at Jeep with this redesign and say, hey, this thing's super capable, and if you're a Jeep owner, come check it out. We have some better features. So for that, with the price and so forth, I'm still going to give it 2 points. So I think that's a total of 9 points for the Bronco. The 4th generation Wrangler showed up. They were released in 2018. There were very few surprises. They pretty much retained all the previous design cues that made it a legend. I mean, since 1941, it hasn't changed overall looks very much. The intensity of the lines and stuff have stayed the same. It's pretty true to its brand. Expected 2021, that's going to carry over exactly the same. I don't think they're going to change anything there. The redesigned Jeep in 2018, when they released the 4th gen, it didn't offer very much in terms of a new feel. It just took what had been pretty successful, like I said, and carried it over. A few design cues that I like. They made it a little bit bigger, lighter, and they did some really good work on the Ruby models and stuff like that. So the wheel flare's a little bigger, and the lighting, of course, because the Jeep Wrangler 3rd generation lights just weren't up to par for pretty much anything. But given those two things, I'm going to go ahead and give it 2 points. Inside, though, I think is where they're going to shine a little bit. I think they're going to kick up the infotainment center, maybe make that screen a little bit bigger than the 8.4 that's in there. More than likely, they're going to continue with the upgraded steering wheel functionality, the smoother button operations, the ventilation grills and things like that in their locations to make everything a little more ergonomically correct inside to have a better feel for daily drivers and off-road. Again, I'm gonna have to give it a point for that, and then we're gonna have to talk about where I believe that the overall point scheme sits with this, because this base price is going to sit around where we're used to, 32 to 42,000, maybe 50K for the Ruby models and stuff like that. It's about where it normally releases at, which is a little cheaper than the Bronco. So for that, I'm going to give it 2 points, and for the infotainment and entertainment system, I'm going to give it 3 points because I'm a Jeep fanboy. So I'm a little biased, but all in all, I think the total here is 8 points for the Jeep. As a Jeep owner, a bit discouraged because I feel that Jeep put a little too much love into getting the Gladiator out there and remarketing it and putting that extra effort into the engineering of the Gladiator, and not to the Wrangler base models that made Jeep the icon that it is. So on that, I believe they may be resting on their laurels a bit, relational to standard Wrangler and Wrangler owners, but I get what they're doing. It'd be nice to see a few hardcore changes, a couple of extra bonuses here, like, hey, okay, we see you, Ford, thanks, but we're going to answer that. Land Rover's been chasing Jeep for a long time, and they've kept them at bay to remain the king of the hill on off-roading. But I think Ford's trying to really attack that and solidify its space in the top 3 of off-roading capabilities, because they're going to push Toyota right out the window quick. So all in all, the Bronco looks amazing. They spent a lot of years organizing it, getting it going, building it, designing it, testing it, and I know it's been a roller coaster, but I'm super excited about it being released. I think around the June 15th to 18th mark is when they're going to do their official release. So if I can get a hold of one after that, I'll definitely do it, put it on the channel, review the drive and the feel of it, everything inside and out. I'm working on that now. So if you like this video, leave us a comment, like, share, subscribe, the whole 9 that I ask you to do every time. But more importantly, stay safe. See you on the trails. Thanks for watching.